Hello everyone, welcome to my videos. Let me start 9th standard social science in the geographical part, chapter 3rd, the water resource of Karnataka. Okay, in this chapter, the water resource of Karnataka. Okay, let me see. So, what are the main objectives of this chapter? Okay, look at that. So, at that first one, the important rivers of Karnataka. So, which are the important rivers to flowing on the Karnataka? And then the different types of irrigation in Karnataka. So how did people it has to adapted their different types to irrigation? And the next one, the hydroelectric power situation. So how did the Karnataka rivers it has to using this the hydroelectric power at the stations? So this is the third point. And then fourth one, the major dams of Karnataka. And then, so what we have seen to the Karnataka in the major dams. And the next one, the dispute regarding the sharing of river water and importance of concerning river water. So these are the main objectives we have to studying in this chapter. Okay, let me see the one by one, the important rivers of Karnataka. So Karnataka is located in the Deccan Peninsula, the religion of India, and covers an areas 1,91,000 the 791 the square kilometers. So water resource of Karnataka the primarily consists of surface and water ground. So rainfall is the basic source of waters in the state. So rivers are the main source water. The rivers of Karnataka can be divided into the two groups. Okay, look at that map. So in this map, the east flowing rivers and then the west flowing rivers. In these two types of, we have to divide it to the rivers of Karnataka. And the next, first of all, at the first part, the east flowing rivers. So which are the rivers to flowing to the in eastern side? Okay, look at that map. At that first one, the Krishna River, and then Kaveri River, and then Pennar, and then Pala River are flowing to the eastwards and join the Bay of Bengal. So these are the main rivers to flowing on the eastern flowing rivers. And then first river, it is to be the very popular in the Krishna River. The Krishna is the second important river of South Indian. It takes to the birth at Mahabaleshwara at the flow to the 1392 kilometers. So the Krishna River, the first one is the Kaveri and then second one is the Krishna River. It is the birthplace of Mahabaleshwara. And then in this river it is to be flowing to the 1392 kilometer in the eastward and then join to the Bay of Bengal. So, but at that Krishna River, it is to be flow on the only in 480 kilometers the through to the Karnataka. So, in this Karnataka state, at that Krishna River, it is to flow on the 480 kilometer. And then, so what are the tributaries of this Krishna River? Okay, that the main tributaries in Krishna rivers are the Bhima, Koina, Tungabhadra, Ghataprabha, and then Malaprabha. So these are all were the tributary rivers to the Krishna River. And then in this Krishna River, it is to be used on the irrigation and then hydroelectric power to generations from this Krishna River. The systems has to be the benefited in the North Karnataka. So in the North Karnataka people, he has to using there in the water to export and develop it in the growing on the irrigation level. And then in this river and then this dam also it is to be used on this hydroelectric power. It is to be the very useful, the systems has to be benefited of that the North Karnatakas. And then the another one, the most important, especially at that Karnataka, it is to be very important river, that is the Kaveri River. So the Kaveri is the most important rivers of this Karnataka. We have to know that it is to be called known as the Dakshina Ganga. It originates to the Talakaveri in the Kodagu districts. So this is the birthplace of this Kaveri River, the Talakaveri. It is to be in the Kodagu districts. It is known as to the Dakshina Ganga. Okay, look at that map. So are you identified to flowing on this Kaveri River? Okay, look the map. So the Kaveri River, it is to flow on surrounding to the southern Karnatakas. It flows on the 804 kilometers through the Karnataka and then Tamil Nadu eastward and join to the Bay of Bengal. It flows for the only in 380 kilometers in Karnataka. So the many tributaries to joins on the river in Kaveri. For example, okay, look carefully, dear students, in the southern part of this Kaveri rivers. Okay, look here. So in this side, it is to be flowing on Kaveri River. So what are the tributaries in the Kaveri River? Okay, I can tell the tributaries in Kaveri River. You look carefully. You have to Kaveri River. It is to flow on this side. The many tributaries to join these rivers for this example, the Hemavati, Arkavati, Lokopavani, Simsha, Lakshmana Tirtha, Kapila, Suvarnavati, and then Bhavani. So these are all were it is the tributaries of this the Kaveri River. And in this river it is the most useful for this agricultural. So the Kaveri River it is the main source to the main important to river in this Karnataka. And then in this water it is to very useful for this agriculture. And then the at this Kaveri River, it is to using the power generations to that and then drinking of this water supply in the Karnataka. And then the Pennar and Polar, the river flow through the districts of this Kolara, Tumkuru, Bengaluru. Okay, look this map. I can draw circle shape of these districts. Kolara, Tumkuru, and then Bangalore in district side. Okay, the yellow color surrounded shape this is the Pennar and Polar. And then enter Andhra Pradesh and then Tamil Nadu. The North Pennar and then South Pennar are the two separate river. It is to be flowing on the two various forms of this rivers to flowing on the Kolar districts. So this is the informations of the east flowing rivers in the Karnataka. And then next, the second part, the western flowing rivers. So which are the western flowing rivers? Okay, look that map. In this western side, it is to be flowing to the west flowing river. So mainly the rivers in that Malnad and then Western Ghats join the Arabian Sea. Okay, look carefully. Okay, the west flowing rivers. It is to be Kali, Gangavati, Sharavati, Varahi, and then Netravati. So these are all were the main river. It is to flowing on the west flowing rivers. They flows to the steep slopes and then created the waterfalls and then also helps to the produce the hydroelectric power in the Karnataka. And then we have to know that the Jog Falls, it is to Sharavati River in the world famous. It is the very highest waterfall in that India. It is to flowing on the 293 meters. And then, so which are the main waterfalls in the Karnataka? At that first one, the Gokak. At that Gokak Falls, it is to flowing on the Ghataprabha River. And then Bhandaji, it is to the Netravati. Unchalli, it is to Aganashini. Chaya Bhagavati, it is to on Don River. And then Chunchungatte, Shinsha, Gaganachukki, and then Bharachukki, it is to be in that Kaveri River. So Magodu waterfalls, it is to the Betti. So these are all where it is the flowing and created the waterfalls in the western flowing rivers. And the next ones we have to studying the irrigation system and then irrigation in the Karnataka River. The artificial so what is the meaning of irrigation? So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ irrigation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನೀರಾವರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So it is the artificial supply of water for agricultural. So using the people is called that is the irrigation. So it is to be very essential for this development of agricultural field in the distributions of this rainfall and then uneven to that the irregular. It has to be the ancient practice in this Karnataka to carry on the farming through the different sources of irrigation. The main source of irrigation, the wells, canals, and then tanks. So in this types, the peoples has to using and then adapted their the irrigation. It is in that earlier days, the well were dug in the village for this the purpose of irrigation. The later the practice of constructing canals to supply water from the river for farming started. It tanks can be seen even now for this example to the Shanti Sagara. It is to be called as people to that Sulekere in the Davangere district. The well dug Kalburgi districts during the 11th century, the Tungabhadra Canal for the times of the Vijayanagar Empire. And then we have to proud that the Vani Vilasa Sagara and then Raja Sagara Dam. It is to be constructed by the Mysore kings or million tons in the development of the irrigations to the Karnataka. At that present, the both river, the Kaveri and Krishna, and underground water are used to that irrigation. So nearly the 26.2 percentage of cultivate the land for under the irrigation facilities in Karnataka. At that people, it is to occupy the 19th positions in India with regard to that the irrigation. Okay, look at the map and then picture. The Raichuru district has the largest area under canal irrigation in the state. The tank irrigation is the maximum in the Shimoga districts, and then where the Belagavi districts has the maximum well irrigation, it is facilities to people using this. In recent time, the number of tubes wells has increased when the land under the irrigation to taken into that consideration to the Belagavi district occupies the first position. In that construct, the Kodagu district occupies the last positions in this system of water irrigation. Okay, look the map. The main canal irrigation projects. Okay, the main canal irrigation projects in this Karnataka. Krishna Rajasagara, Tungabhadra, Hemavati, Kabini, Harangi, Vani Vilasasagara. So, upper part of Krishna, Alamatti, Narayanapura, Malaprabha, Karanja, Benneto, Hipparangi, Barangi, Badra projects, etc. So these are all main canal irrigation projects to that projects in Karnataka. Okay, let me stop now. And the next, I continue the next part of water resource in this chapter. So mainly the seven rivers to basis in this Karnataka, the Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari, the western flowing rivers, and the North Pennar, and then South Pennar, and then Palar. So these are seven rivers to basis to flowing on that Karnataka state. Okay, thank you for watching these videos.